Hello, my name is Jupiter Hadley, and today we're doing another version of Jupi Plays All the Games, this time with the WAG Challenge. The WAG Challenge is a game jam about writing. Doesn't necessarily mean twine games, but just games with a good story. This year's theme is Down the Rabbit Hole. I've actually been selected as one of the judges that pre-judge the competition so that these judges have a more limited field to look through. I'm going to be playing each game in this video for a minute, though I'm going to be playing it longer for judging purposes. If you want to check out any of the games, it'll be about 10 per video, links in the description. If you want to check me out, all my info is in the description, and feel free to like or comment with your favorite games. At the end of this, I'll probably have an article written up about my personal favorites, so be on the lookout for that. Next, we're playing the game The Third Kind. You are standing on the edge of a steep cliff. Faint voices can be heard in the distance. Just look. You squint into the darkness. Skies. You gaze up upon the skies. They contain neither stars nor clouds. You gaze into the abyss. You can make out a faint glimmering. It's back. You reconsider. Take. There is something there. Light. The light has you. Oh shit. Sweat soaked. You jolt into an upright position. Faint voices can be heard in the distance. Let's breathe. You deeply inhale the damp excuse for air, engulfing your room. Your breath quivers as you exhale. An experience of unusual dreadfulness, yet completely evoked by your imagination. It still doesn't fail to unsettle you. Next, we're playing the game Crossroads. As a soloist, the one who strides the path invisible, as one who goes across, you live with certain truths. There are two worlds, the visible and invisible. Learning to see the invisible is what being a soles means. And when a soles walks in the invisible, it goes away very fast. Let's do strides. You choose the way you see across. Whether the path is stone or wood or dirt depends on the souls. The price is paid when you stride in strength and time and blood and memory, but if you are careful, it's going away so fast. No road is the same twice. Traveling across is a dangerous privilege. Traveling across grants great power. Those who forget, who become greedy or foolish, will suffer across. No road is the same twice. Are you ready? Then step. Crossroads. Behind you sounds the rustling steps of something else on your path. You have to keep going. With your left hand you pinch your side together. Warm blood soaked through the fabric of your shirt. Step. Another step. Step again. Go. Cran told you. You hobbled away and remembered to kick your shoes off before setting foot under the bone archway on blocked gravel. You fall down. Get up. You bangle around your wrist pulses with the light of a bleeding star and fades pace by pace. You fumble. You pull vital from your belt and sip the clawing liquid. The pebble gravel path under your toes stretch away. You take a step, stone cutting into the soles of your feet. You lick your lips, tasting sweet and bile and iron from your blood into the open air. Next, we're playing the game Triskel. Sometimes your life can transform in the time it takes 1 week to end and another to begin. Thank the powers that be it's Friday and work is over for the weekend. The skies darken when the bus drops you at your stop and it's raining, but it's the typical drizzle of the city, nothing to worry about. Listening to your audiobook, you trudge up the sidewalk incline, still getting used to the hills around your neighborhood. Keep heading home. Whack. Someone slams into you from the side. As you stumble from impact, the earbuds popping out of place, a waft of young women, probably not even 20, reels against the nearby bricks. She must have been running down the alley between your building and the one just further down from the hill. Her clothes are wet and well worn. From under the hoodie, she gives you a wide-eyed look as she recovers. Sorry, listen, fuck, I'm sorry, she says, holding out a hand but never quite touching you. She looks around, then back at you. Why were you running? Well, listen, she says, you don't want to know, okay? Just, have a nice night, alright? She looks around again, and you both notice a man in a black raincoat and a hat coming up the hill. He is tall and wide at the shoulders, and he walks as if he has a purpose, imposing. The woman mutters under her breath and then hurries away, past your building and across the street. As you recover your earbuds and your composure, the man walks by. You catch him saying, dreads of society. He's not talking to you. Keep heading home. Rounding the corner, you head for the steps to your building, key in and check the mail, but find only bills. Take the stairs. Next. Next, we're playing the game White Walls. This story deals with hard themes such as old age, sickness, dementia, death, and euthanasia. At no point in the concept of this game do we believe we were holding definite truths about how to deal with the withering of ailing relatives. This is just a set of stories we wanted to tell, and we hope the different paths they branch into will help us get across the idea that this game has no winners, only different ways to lose. Different ways to lose a person, and hopefully different ways to not lose yourself. We hope you like it. Proceed to the game. 3:45 a.m. I take a cigarette break, still not sure whether it's time for another cup of coffee to pull an all-nighter for work, or tuck myself into bed and call it a night. My body's aching all over, but I'm on a roll. Work is getting done. I'm still in the middle of a fantasy where my report writes itself during my sleep, when a loud buzzing of my phone vibrating repeatedly on the table drags me back to reality. Mom, I pick up. Her words are making the whole world very real and cruel. Everything around me suddenly looks sharp and hostile, as if I was becoming ethereal and about to fade into my own flat, my home minus me. Everything makes painful sense, but I need to keep it up. Her own brave attempts to hide her sobs say enough about the support she needs. I breathe life into my lungs, unfair life, obituary air that I get to enjoy because I'm young and fine, and I hate myself for a second for hogging it all. I'm not even thinking about the comforting words I'm saying. We're playing the part of mother and child facing personal drama. There are no polite sentences that can transcribe the internal screaming we are both experiencing until the end of the phone call. I slowly put down my phone on the cold kitchen counter. Nobody's home, but I am surrounded by haunting words. Grandma, hospital, cancer, dementia, pain, a year at best, a year at worst. The cigarette butt is cold between my fingers, and the last bit of ash falls outside the ashtray as if trying to have a go at being something else that combusted leaves. I'm visiting Grandma tomorrow after work. This is definitely going to be a downhill spiral, but there are some rotten rabbit holes you have no choice but to jump in. Next, we're playing the game Derlect. I don't know what that word is. April 17th, 2038. A probe making a routine pass by Saturn spotted what appeared to be an abandoned craft of extraterrestrial origin caught in the planet's orbit. NASA immediately began scrambling to mount an unmanned mission that could change the understanding of our place in the universe. At the heart of the mission was Syria, a fully autonomous artificial intelligence equipped with the Earth's most advanced linguistics and environmental analysis software developed for exploring uncharted worlds. This is really cool. Four, 3, 2, 1. Alright. This is cool. Use WASD to move around, up and down to move vertically. Okay. This is kind of weird sliding around. Oof. Oh, this is really neat. Signal lost, damn. Next, we're playing the game Matchsticks. In the future, rescue operations are completed by specialized robots. In this game, you take the role of Engineer Smith, head of the team of rescue drones. Witness the bizarre events that bring his firefighting career to an end. Okay. Alarm. Beep, beep. Emergency response request incoming. Code 3, building fire, apartment complex A33, located at West 51st Street in Dubious. Receiving a call from Captain O'Donnell. Engineer Smith, Ryan, are you up? Yes, sir, you know I am. You got the call, apartment fire in A30. That is your district. That's still your district, in case there's any confusion. No confusion, sir. I'll be there right away. The rescue team is ready en route. They'll grab you on the way. Well, I'm sure you need no reminding that the media will get there first, and our budget reforms circling the drain. I ask you to try not to fuck this one up. Well, I can't speak for the Tinders, sir, but I'll do my best. For those people's sake, I'd hope a little more than your best, but whatever. Click. Damn it, that's loud. Smacks alarm clock button. Beep, beep. Throws the alarm clock off the desk. Beep. Mission 1, pre-arrival briefing, 5:44. Muttering, is it possible that a piece of shit takes longer to boot every time? Finished yet? Bing. Hallelujah, it's a miracle. Up and at 'em, Tinder, sound off. Diagnosis complete, 0 discrepancies. Unit 0 online. Diagnosis complete, Unit 1 online. Unit 2 online. Unit 3 online. 4, 5. Everyone's up on the first try. Another miracle. Time for the drone report. Open your non-existent ear holes. Drone report, human resources trapped in following locations. Next, we're playing the game How to Die Like a Graceful Beast. Alright, right click from left click to, okay. There was a city, name started with an ah sound, but nobody remembers it anymore, with reddish walls built out from a somber center in constrict circles that stood either in the desert or on the edge of the sea. The native inhabitants of the city believe that the universe revolves, not unlike an impossibly gigantic wheel, around a central spoke, and that the wheel, is comprised of 3 endless repeating eternities, and that each of these eternities is comprised of 5 ages. This cosmological model was portrayed as either a circle or more commonly a vertical band, a deep well, always with 15 registers. What was contained in each register varied from well to well and circle to circle. Sometimes it showed soldiers marching, sometimes the rays of a scoring star, and sometimes strange planets and beasts, and so on and so forth. They carved these models into their temple walls and spewed them into their clothing and painted them on their canvases and molded them out of clay. The people of the city with a name that probably started with an ah sound, were intimately, adequately, with a very large and very cruel vision of time. They knew that eternities were sometimes brief, and that where once there was a playground, there would inevitably be a battlefield, and that where there once was life, there would always be a different life. Okay. While none of these decks seem to consistently hold true to their given element, the Shadow deck is perhaps the least consistent of all, containing more than average number of non-sequenters. We do not, however, believe this has been a conscious design choice, considering the fact that the codex was seemingly assembled piecemeal by multiple contributors and over multiple years, alternatively labels including Night, Dusk, Shroud, Cloak, Dagger, Whisper, Silence, and Gladlade. You're not unhappy here. Next, we're playing the game Maguera. Okay, so we've got like a little hand-drawn thing. First stop, Florida, then Texas. I look down at my ticket to see I'm sitting at 13B. Must be an aisle seat. Ugh. I shuffle down the aisle until I find my spot and place my luggage under the seat. When I sit down, a woman in 13A turns her head towards me and smiles. I return the gesture. Let's look out the window. This is exactly what I did when I got on my plane. The sun is shining. I'm grateful. Nothing makes a flight worse than having to deal with shitty weather. Dad says it's been beautiful in Texas. Texas. So, that's something to look forward to. At times like this, I definitely can't be picky with my silver linings. This is my first time flying. I like these little hand-drawn cartoons. I realize the woman is talking to me, and I shift in my seat. Well, you picked a good flight to start on. This one's pretty short. She grabs her ticket from her back pocket and looks at it. My ticket says it's a 2-hour flight. To Florida. Yep, that sounds about right. But after Florida, this plane goes to Texas. That's my stop. That doesn't sound quick to me. I giggle to myself. I can't deny talking to someone helps avoid the thoughts in my head. Another flight home, how I love and loathe it. 2 hours to think about what I'll say to my father. I wish I could tell him it's okay to cry, that I allowed myself to do so last night. It was so dark and I couldn't see my own body shrink, and I know I've inherited this from him, our inability to see ourselves grieve. Why does it always have to be a secret? After some silence, the woman speaks again. I'm just a little nervous of flying. What's the shakiness like? Turbulence, I mean. It's like driving on a bumpy road. Well, this is actually the last game entered in the jam, and I'm going to stop here. So thank you very much for watching. I'll probably have an article of my favorites out sometime later on Fireside, so feel free to check that out. And thank you very much for watching. Bye!